Hey guys, Phoenix here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys all about Sayudei Uzumaki. Now, Sayudei Uzumaki is the great-granddaughter of Naruto Uzumaki and granddaughter of Boruto Uzumaki. Sayudei was born on April 2nd and has quite a history. After the time of Boruto was over, more and more people were being born unable to control their chakra the way shinobi could. This led them to fear the shinobi and they began to revolt. A lot of people were killed, and most of the Jinchuriki were captured. Konohagakure, or the village hidden in the leaves, became a sanctuary to those who could control their chakra. These people became known as the Seizonsha, which is Japanese for survivor. The Seizonsha lived happily and safely. Eventually, Sabatsu and Sarai were born as twins, brother and sister, and a couple years later, Sayudei was born. Sayudei was given her mother's surname because she had red hair and blue eyes. Sabatsu and Sarai took on the Uchiha name because of their black hair and their green eyes. The three siblings lived happily with their parents, one of which was the 9th Hokage. One day, Sayudei became gravely ill. She was dying. Sabatsu and Sarai were 5 at the time, while Sayudei was 3. During this, her father was searching for the nine-tailed beast, Kurama. He was shaken when he got home to find his daughter sick. The dragons heard of Sayudei's sickness, and the princess of these dragons sacrificed herself and gave Sayudei her heart. It worked, but not for very long. You see, when Sayudei's mom found out that their father had found and taken the nine-tailed beast, she took it and gave it to her daughter, hoping that it would save her. Thankfully, it worked. After a year of sickness, Sayudei was finally happy and healthy again. However, Sayudei's father was furious. He wanted the power of the beast himself. He gave away information to the humans and they attacked the village. During the battle, Sayudei's father killed her mother. Sabatsu and Sarai were the only ones to witness it. Sabatsu took Sayudei and ran, while Sarai stayed with her father. Sabatsu and Sayudei got to safety and found an old, abandoned Akatsuki hideout. They stayed there and trained hard. Years passed, and the two siblings made friends with other shinobi and became strong. Sayudei was strongly bonded with Kurama, but could not yet go into her full-tailed beast mode. Together, her brother and a couple friends saved the 7-tailed beast from the humans, and they all went back to their base. A few days passed, and the humans found them. Sayudei and Sabatsu got separated from their friends, but got away safely. They traveled for a while before finding Konohagakure. It was abandoned and destroyed. They found their grandparents' old house and explored it. It was full of pictures and the Uzumaki family and their great-grandparents' old gear. As Sayudei was looking through this gear and collecting some of it, Sabatsu was exploring the village. They ran into some bad people and fought hard, but took them out easily. Afterward, Sabatsu and Sayudei had a talk that led Sayudei to tears, but because of it, she unlocked her Sharingan, but only in her right eye. Afterwards, they went to the Hokage mansion and found out a lot of things. They found a letter from their mother, which said, "My dear children, I know you will come here and look for a way to stop this war. I don't have much time. I must find this letter before they find me. Once they do, they will kill me. I want you two to know I am so proud of you. Go to the land of wind. There is a hidden village there that will hopefully still stand. And one more thing. Sabatsu, take care of your sister. If the humans get her and Kurama, the world may come to an end. Sayudei, you must not ever let those men capture you or your brother. You two will be more powerful than any shinobi to ever exist. Sayudei, after reading this, you'll activate your..." But activate what? The rest of the letter was smudged out. Something was weird about her vision, though. Her left eye, even the pupil, was blue, and the white of her eye was black like tar. She had unlocked her Jogan. They stayed at the mansion overnight, and then went to the land of wind. On the way there, they got ambushed by some men. Leading them was a man with a black hood. It was impossible to see his face. A man named Suya helped them, and they went to the Kazekage mansion. There, Sayudei was kidnapped and trapped inside a coffin. Literally, the coffin kidnapped her. While trapped in the coffin, she had a vision of her mother fighting the hooded man. All the while, it seemed like the hooded man could see Sayudei. After the vision, she was released from the coffin. Through the window came a kunai that hit her right in the back. Sabatsu pulled it from her back and told Sayudei she needed stitches. Sayudei started walking on the ceiling, trying to avoid Sabatsu. She was terrified of needles and didn't want stitches. Eventually, Sabatsu was able to pin her down and give her the stitches she needed. One day, as they were traveling, another group of people tried to capture Sayudei. With them was Sabatsu's twin, Sarai. Sayudei trapped Sabatsu and Suya in another dimension and tried to be alone with Sarai to get answers and to fight Sarai herself. She was nearly killed, but Sabatsu managed to break out of that dimension, and using Rinnegan, he saved Sayudei. Suya, Sayudei, and Sabatsu all got away from Sarai. Time passed, and they grew stronger. Sabatsu unlocked his Susanoo and later became the Wolf Sage, which is like a frog sage, but with wolves. They traveled to Mount Q, home of the dragons. There, Sayudei became the Dragon Sage, and she unlocked her full Jinchuriki powers. During their journey, many people attempted to steal Kurama, and all failed. Sarai showed up again, and Sayudei saved her from a man named Precious, whose mother was killed by Sarai. Sayudei trapped Sarai in another dimension and questioned her. I'm sorry. It turned out Sarai was never in control of her own actions. Her father had been controlling her, using a genjutsu. Sabatsu and Sayudei went on another side quest and saved their sister. Eventually, Sayudei unlocked her Mangekyou. With it, she was able to absorb other people's chakra and keep it in an endless void, and then use it later. This ability was named Sonochikatsu. More time passed, and Sayudei got hit in the back by another kunai. It exploded, and Sayudei was badly injured. There was something weird about the explosion, though. The burn on her back from the explosion was growing and eating through her skin. Their dad was revealed as the hooded man and said that he would save Sayudei, but only if they let him have Kurama. Sarai and Sayudei went with their father, and through a special seal on Sarai's stomach, he managed to safely remove Kurama from Sayudei's body. Sayudei's back healed quickly and almost instantly. Their dad ran off and started to terrorize the humans. Sayudei then absorbed a bunch of nature chakra, and her hair became white. She grew real dragon wings, and she grew dragon horns as well. She flew to the human base that her father was attacking. Sabatsu met up with her there, and together they fought their father. Then, a tragedy. Their father killed Sayudei. Sabatsu lost it, and he started furiously attacking his father. But Sayudei wasn't done yet. The power of the dragon saved her, and she was resurrected on Mount Q. Sayudei summoned and flew with the Hydra, which was 3 times as large as Kurama. Each of its 5 heads had control over one element: fire, water, lightning, air, and earth. Using the power of the dragons, she killed her father and saved the humans. When the dust cleared, Sayudei started healing injured humans. The humans cheered for the siblings and were thankful. Human military forces arrived, and they let the siblings go. They knew that this was the beginning of the end of the war. Sayudei and Sabatsu soon ran into the humans again, and they were invited to the humans' HQ. They went with the humans, but were careful in case it was a trap. They walked for a bit, and then went to rest. They walked in right at shower time, though. The barrack was full of shirtless army men that were staring at Sayudei in amazement. They were in awe of her wings and horns. She sat down at an empty bed, and Sabatsu went to take a shower, leaving Sayudei to be surrounded by very handsome men. They were all looking at her wings and horns and feeling her scales. They were all very nice and respectful, though. You can imagine how red her face was. The next day, Sayudei talked with the human leaders and was able to work out a deal with them. Seizonsha men, women, and children were released from prison camps. The shinobi villages were rebuilt and the war was finally over. Time passed and Sayudei and her husband were married, obviously, and they had a daughter. Sabatsu also found love and had a son with his wife. And that is Sayudei's story. The end.